What up, Dokkanners? We are once again going to be talking about the upcoming Trunks Dokkan Festival celebration because we have not covered a couple of things that I do want to discuss before we dive in. So, obviously, the number one thing, what time is the banner dropping? The banner is going to be dropping on March 1st for most of the world. However, in the Pacific, where I live, in Los Angeles, it's going to be dropping at 10:30 p.m. on February 28th, which is Monday night, leading into Tuesday. What time does that mean for you? We're going to go over a couple time zones right now. It would be 1:30 p.m. March 1st, 2022 in Thailand. It would be high noon in India on March 1st. It would be 7:30 a.m. in Spain and in Germany. Shout out to my Spanish and German-speaking Dokkanners out there. Big win for you guys, deservedly so. We are going to be getting official game support for Spanish and German languages, which is awesome. Hopefully they will do more to help cover more countries, territories, and regions in the future. Other places that we could go over here, Brazil. It will be 3:30 a.m. March 1st, 2022, when the banner drops. In Boston, Massachusetts, it will be 1:30 a.m. March 1st, 2022. In the land down under, it's going to be 5:30 p.m. March 1st. In Japan, if you are a global player in Japan, shout out to you, let me know in the comments, the one or two of you that exist. It will be 3:30 p.m. on March 1st, 2022. And lastly, I don't know, let's say Chicago, since I just saw Transformers yesterday. In Chicago, it'll be 12:30 a.m. March 1st, 2022. So if you guys are in any of those time zones, you know what time to be ready, or what time to not summon, depending on who you are. And if I did not cover your time zone, I am so sorry. There are just simply too many, and I'm always going to be missing some. But now, let's talk about the banners. Because in my last video, a lot of you guys got a kick out of it. I didn't like it. I didn't like making that video. A lot of you guys have been wanting me to do that, so I did it. But there's a reason that I don't do that. It's because I don't like it. But I did it for you guys. So now let's actually talk about the unit. Let's actually talk about the banner. And let me actually give you my opinions on the unit. So let's start by taking a look at the Trunks. Entrusted Will, Android Cell Saga, Key +3, 170% attack and defense, 130% HP. Raises defense for 1 turn, causes immense damage. Attack and defense +100, plus an additional attack and defense +100 when attacking. Great chance of launching up to 2 additional attacks. Launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack every time the character attacks 3 times in battle. So this condition is stipulated on a 70% likelihood of that taking place. Because you've already got 1 attack just from your normal hit. You got a 70% chance of launching 2 more, which means you have a 70% chance of the second part of the passive triggering every single turn. So chances are you're going to be getting some decent hits every single turn, untransformed, while raising defense so you can keep yourself covered. When you transform after 6 attacks have been performed, you will stun the targeted enemy and seal them, kind of overkill there, and then you will turn into the Super Saiyan Trunks. Greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, cause immense damage, attack and defense +100. Great chance to perform a critical hit. So what's interesting is that on the untransformed state, you probably want to focus on critical since your additionals are pretty much taken care of. But then when you transform, critical is essentially taken care of. 70% chance to do a crit. On the first hit, you actually get a guaranteed critical, plus an additional attack and defense +100 when performing a super attack. Then you have 2 extra attack +50s when the target enemy has certain status effects, which is a little unusual for a unit that doesn't really inflict status effects except for the one time through the active skill. So I do find that this is a bit of a miss in terms of the unit's build. I don't think that this is quite ideal for this unit, but it is what it is. If you're able to get certain links that can nerf the enemy defense, let's see if there's anything here that nerfs the enemy defense. There's nothing. So on his links, there is no link that will allow you to nerf the enemy's attack or defense. You're going to have to be bringing other units that can do basically that. Even he doesn't lower the enemy defense at all, even in his regular super. So, a little unfortunate there. Then lastly, high chance to stun the attacked enemy for 2 turns. When all allies attacking in the same turn are Android Cell Saga characters. This is a very restrictive passive because this will only trigger in certain situations. That too, it's a high chance to stun. So the reward just simply doesn't pay off the risk that you're taking. So all in all, I would say that this skill set is pretty mid, all things considered. He's still a good unit. He's still going to hit hard. Don't get me wrong. But in terms of what he does, what he contributes to the team, it's nothing we haven't really seen before. And it's very old-fashioned, in my opinion, especially given what we're on now. Given we're at the precipice of greatness with the 7-year anniversary, I wouldn't say that this unit individually holds a lot of value in terms of uniqueness and overall contribution to a team. So individually speaking, I wouldn't say that he's box office for right now, but of course, if you like the character, that is your prerogative. I'm just giving you my thoughts and opinions on the unit. I'm still going to summon myself, but I don't think that he's worth summoning for right now. Entrusted Will is a small category, one that has a lot of overlap with other categories, like Gifted Warriors, Hybrid Saiyans, other sort of categories in here. It's not a mandatory category to have. You don't really need it. And even if you need to do the mission on the Infinite Dragon Ball History that we just got, Entrusted Will, you could just run a Kamehameha. Bring a bunch of other units that fit Kamehameha and you'll be done. So it's not absolutely necessary to have that. And then for Android Cell Saga, we've got other incredible units that can lead the category or lead the teams within the category. Like Pure Saiyans, for example, Super Vegeta. If you guys happen to summon for him back in New Year's, he is a great alternative for Pure Saiyans Android Cell Saga if you have enough. Also, keep in mind, I wanted to point out that we are likely going to be seeing the return of that Super Vegeta during this banner. I want to talk about that because if you take a look at this, this is what the banner was for JP. We already had the Kid Gohan. I believe it was during the global campaign for the tech androids. It was part 1. I think we had Kid Gohan and GT Super Saiyan Goku in the banner. Let me just pull this up. I'm kind of blanking right now. Let me see. For global, okay, it's kind of glitching out on me right now. Yeah, so we had the Kid Goku and we had, or Kid Gohan and the Goku GT. So they kind of overlapped a couple of banners. So what's going to happen is this banner is going to have to change a little bit to kind of fit with the rotations that have been established. I'm kind of thinking that we're going to have the Super Vegeta return here. And the reason why I think that's going to happen is because, if you guys recall, the Royal Blue Vegeta, the AGL Blue Vegeta, his EZA has officially been announced. And it's going to be happening most likely during Saiyan Day. So when that takes place, that unit's leader skill is basically going to usurp the throne that currently belongs to the STR Super Vegeta from the Android Cell Saga and become the #1 lead for Pure Saiyans. So in terms of a leader skill perspective, that Super Vegeta is about to become obsolete, which does hurt its value to an extent. The unit is still very good, but I think also to help bolster this category's value, or this banner's value, I feel like that would be a smart move for them to include Super Vegeta in the banner, because if you guys skipped on the New Year's banner because of the step-ups, maybe this is your opportunity to summon. So they're going to do their best, along with tickets, to get you to summon. And then, of course, let's not forget the Heart Virus Goku, the unit that is supposedly dying, but is definitely not dying. Turtle School 130, Ki +3. We've got greatly raising attack, causing immense damage, with a high chance of sacrificing 7% HP. Attack and defense +100, raises attack and defense by up to 200%. Insane. The more HP remaining, the greater the stats boost. Ki +5, chance of performing critical hit +59%, reduces damage received by 59%, 59% chance of performing an additional super attack for 5 turns from the start of the turn. Are you kidding me? Then reduces damage received by 59% when HP is 59% or less, plus an additional defense +59 starting from the 6th turn from the start of battle. By the time you're at 6 turns, this dude's attack is going to be off the charts. Where, are you really going to be thinking about defense? Really? Honestly? So yeah, this Goku is also really good. Now the thing is, while this all sounds really enticing, my honest opinion is it's not a must summon, other than you liking the character, because the Goku is going to come back very soon, and I feel like the Trunks, when he does come back, he will be a much more valuable coin shop unit as opposed to a spending stones on a banner unit. The reason why Goku is going to be coming back soon, for those of you who don't know, during the Super Saiyan 3 Goku JP Dokkan Festival celebration with the Kid Buu, they had the return of the support units for the first time in almost 2 years. And on these banners, they have now added certain marquee banner units from various celebrations as part of the featured list. So for example, the physical summon, obviously Global's a little bit different, so we don't have the featured list the same. This is what Global's looks like right now, but we don't have the banner. When we get this, it will look like this. The 250% supports will be on the left, and then you've got a bunch of really awesome physical units that not only can support 50 or 40%, but also do a number of other unique things. Like, for example, Heart Virus Goku. He has a one-man wrecking crew. Launch is the goddess of Peppy Gals, honestly. Launch is really good. 40% support for Majin Buu Saga. Wait, is it Majin Buu Saga allies or is it Earthlings? Yeah, Majin Buu Saga allies for the TN. He's insanely good. He's like Dokkanfest level. Deborah is an extreme side for Majin Buu Saga. You got Nova Shenron. All of these really good characters are featured on the support banners. Now, that's not to say that this banner is going to be a must summon, because this is also going to be taking place before the 7-year anniversary. But still, there will be another opportunity for you to summon for the Goku if you are worried about only summoning for that unit. So it's honestly a matter of preference. Are you going to summon on this banner right now while your stone count might be a little bit low? Or would you want to wait a little bit until the support banner shows up a little bit later on to summon for the unit? I'm not saying one is more correct than the other, just giving you more information about when some of these units are going to be coming back. As far as when Trunks will come back, Trunks has not yet returned on a Dokkan Festival banner, so presumably Trunks will return after the 7-year anniversary at some point. And by then, he will have been long forgotten in terms of what he contributes to the team. He's really not the most glamorous unit in my opinion. So with that said, it's honestly up to you. Are you going to summon for the unit using your stones? Are you going to maybe buy those tickets that they offer? Are you going to do any discount summons if they offer those to us? Maybe they give us a little step-up summon. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But those are just my thoughts. If you agree or disagree, feel free to let me know in the comments below. Lastly, I do want to talk about the Prime Battle Trunks. This LR is receiving the EZA. I already talked about this before. This unit is much better than what it used to be. He also gets a semi-permanent stat boost when taking out an opponent during a fight. So he's going to be really good now for Super Battle Road, which is obviously what he's made for. But one thing I want to point out, folks, you guys need to do this. You guys absolutely have to farm out every single unit from here, because it will save you a ton of annoying, tedious grinding and headache. The reason why I want to stress this is because, let's take a little history lesson back to the original Legendary Goku event. Or not, sorry, not the Legendary Goku event, no. The LR Prime Battle Goku EZA campaign. Back here, this was the first time we had a free-to-play Prime Battle LR receive an EZA, and look at how many units had to be hidden potentially fully activated and undergone the final step of Extreme Z Awakening. 6 units, one of whom is an LR. The amount of time that it took players to do this, who had to start from this announcement, was ridiculous. Obviously, as someone who's a big fan of free-to-play, I already had them all done, but some people might not be able to do that. So this was a completely devastating task to get done, because it meant a lot of grinding, and this was before auto mode was available, so you really had to do all of it yourself. So this was an extremely tedious and annoying process. Not only did you have to do this, but let's just say you didn't even care about the Goku, but you cared about the Frieza. Well, in order to get the Frieza done, look at this. You have to have 5 TURs free-to-plays taken care of, and the LR. In order to get the LR EZA'd, you would have had to have done all of these as well. So the Frieza gave you basically 5 more units on top of the 6 units here, and then of course the LR. So that was just an unending nightmare of free-to-play grinds. Don't be caught slacking. Do not do that. Thankfully for you, what they're going to be doing here is they are resetting the list a little bit. For the Trunks, this is the start of a new pairing. Like I mentioned on a previous video, Goku and Frieza go hand in hand, so they're a duo. Trunks will be the start of a second duo, Trunks and Vegeta. So what's going to happen is, whatever units that are needed for this campaign, let's say you don't even care about the Trunks, you should still get it done, because chances are this Vegeta is going to be stupidly good, and when his campaign shows up, they are going to ask you to have had this guy taken care of. And if he's not done, you're not getting this guy EZA. So that's why you guys should definitely get this stuff done now. It is very easy, thanks to boosts, thanks to auto mode, thanks to all the category advantages that there are. The only thing that I will say, the Prime Battle Cell was very quick for me. The Incredible Gem Shop was quick for me. This might take you a little time if you're not an Incredible Gem Shop kind of person. If you don't have enough gems, hopefully you got some from your Shenron wishes. It only costs 200 per for the Android 18. And if you just want to buy the 5 copies to Rainbow Her, that's enough, which is still a lot, but it's a whole lot less than some of the options up here, 777, 300. You can always farm out Android 18's free-to-play super attack from other story events. There's a Universe Rival Saga story event that is very nice, and you can definitely farm out a ton of her from there. So you don't have to buy every single copy of her from the Incredible Jump Shop. That is the only one that might be a little bit of a problem. I will say the Android 17 and 18 future units from the Fight Against Despair story event did take me an unusual amount of time. The drop rates were unusually low for me. Now that may not be the case for you, it might just have been some bad luck, but I just want to point out that this one might take a little time. The Super Android 13 units, 14, 15, 13, these guys are cakewalk, they're very easy. But get them all done, take care of it. Spend the entire campaign if you have to. If you're not summoning for Trunks, spend the entire duration of this Trunks Dokkanfest campaign to get all of this done. Because even if you don't care about the Trunks, I'm telling you guys, this Vegeta is going to be a must-have. And I cannot wait to see what this unit becomes. The Prince of All Saiyans will rise once again. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments if you guys agree with any of my takes on the Trunks. Do you agree that he's probably not the most compelling summon for right now? Of course, if you want to summon, that's your prerogative, but do you agree, disagree? And what do you think about the prospect of having to do all of those EZA grinds from scratch when the Vegeta gets his EZA? Sounds pretty devastating, no? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future, and click the notification bell so that let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it! Thanks again, stay tuned, and always remember to Dokkan responsibly.